Hey everyone, and welcome. We've got such a great story for you today. It's all about a really brave soldier, and honestly, the most amazing adventure he ever had.
So what does a brave soldier do when his adventures are over? That's a really good question, right? Well, for our soldier, after 25 long years serving the king, his biggest adventure was actually just about to start right as he was heading home.
He traveled for what must have felt like forever. Over hills, through valleys, but home was still so far away. And pretty soon, his tummy started to rumble, and his poor horse was getting super hungry too.
So he's thinking, hey, maybe I can find some work there. He rides closer, and when he gets inside, wow, you just wouldn't believe it. There was this huge table, just piled high with all kinds of delicious food.
Okay, so after he's eaten his fill and he's feeling happy and full, the soldier starts looking around this huge, quiet castle. He figures he's all alone in there, but well, he was about to get a very unexpected visitor. And then, out of nowhere, a great big bear walks into the room. A bear! You can imagine the soldier totally jumped. But then, something amazing happened. This bear, it wasn't scary at all. In fact, it started to speak to him in this really kind, gentle voice. The bear explained that she wasn't a bear at all, but an enchanted princess, and that a mean old spell had turned her into one. The only way to break it, a brave and kind friend had to help set her free. So, what do you think he did? Of course, being a brave soldier, he agreed to help. The deal was, he just had to stay in the castle for 3 nights. Now, the first night, he felt a little lonely. The second night, maybe even more so. But on that third night, he just held on to his courage. And it worked. His bravery completely broke the spell. And just like that, poof, the bear was gone. And standing right there was a beautiful princess. His kindness and courage had totally saved her. They were just so happy together that they decided to get married, and they lived right there in the castle, their days just filled with joy.
But, even when you're in a magical castle, sometimes you just miss home. And after a while, the soldier really started to feel that longing to go see his family again.
The princess, she totally understood. So she gave him this little bag of seeds for his journey. And she told him, with this kind of mysterious smile, just sprinkle these along your path as you go, and something really amazing is going to happen.
And you know what? It was true. Wherever he threw a seed, this incredible, magical forest just sprang to life right behind him. Huge trees just grew instantly. Delicious fruits appeared right on the branches. Colorful birds started singing beautiful songs. And get this, clever cats popped up telling wonderful stories. How cool is that?
Well, on his journey, he runs into these silly merchants who were just amazed by his instant magic trees. They offered him a special drink to celebrate. But it was a total trick. They were actually mischievous goblins in disguise. That tricky drink they gave him, it made the soldier fall into a deep sleep for 6 whole months. And meanwhile, back at the castle, the princess noticed something strange. The very tops of her magic trees were starting to wilt. She knew, right in that moment, that something was wrong with her soldier. So she finds him, sleeping so deeply. She shakes him. She calls his name, but nothing. He wouldn't make up. She got so frustrated, she just wished out loud, "I wish a big wind would just blow you awake somewhere else." And you know what? A playful gust of wind must have heard her, because whoosh, it just swooped down and whisked the sleeping soldier far away. So after a very long nap, the soldier finally wakes up, but he's not under his magic tree anymore. He looks around and realizes he's on a tiny little island, completely surrounded by water. And on this island, he finds 3 goblins, and they're fighting over their father's magical treasures. Now, our soldier, he doesn't panic. He sees them arguing, and his clever mind starts working. He sees a perfect chance to trick these tricksters and get himself out of this mess. And check out what they were fighting over. A flying carpet, a pair of boots that let you walk super fast, and a cap that makes you completely invisible. So, the soldier offers to help settle their little argument. His idea was this. He told them to have a race down a hill that was covered in super sticky honey. Whoever won could pick their treasure first. So, they roll a big stone and race after it, but one by one, splat! They all get stuck in that funny, gooey, sticky honey. So, with the goblins busy being sticky,
The soldier just grabs all the magical items and hops on the flying carpet. He was determined to find his way back to the princess.
His journey on the carpet led him to 3 wise, but let's be honest, pretty grumpy grandmothers of the forest. The first one didn't know the way. The second one didn't either. But the third and eldest grandmother, she had an idea. She called upon all of her winds, the ones that blow all over the world, to ask them for help. And guess what? This strong and gentle south wind knew exactly where the princess's castle was, and it offered to carry the soldier all the way there in just 3 hours.
And boom, just like that, the soldier was back at his castle. So what's his plan? He puts on his invisibility cap and sneaks right inside to see what's been going on.
Well, he sees the princess, and she's surrounded by all these suitors who want to marry her. So he decides to play a little trick. Every time one of the suitors tried to take a drink, the invisible soldier would just knock the cup right out of his hand. Imagine the surprise.
Well, the princess, she's clever. She guesses her love has returned. So she says, "I lost my golden needle, but now it has been found. Who can solve this riddle?" The suitors were all just totally puzzled, but the soldier, he knew exactly what she meant. He takes off his invisibility cap right there for everyone to see.
"I am the needle," he says, "and she is the thread. Where the needle goes, the thread follows." Oh, the princess was just overjoyed. They were finally together again, and you can bet they lived happily and kindly ever after.
So that leaves us with a question, right? What do you think is the most powerful kind of magic? Is it a flying carpet, an invisibility cap, or just simple cleverness? I mean, all that stuff was amazing, but in the end, it was the soldier's own bravery and his smart thinking that really saved the day. Kind of makes you think, doesn't it?